So today what I really wanted to do was just a really simple video, one that I haven't done in a while, which is just answer your guys' questions in a video form rather than in the comment section below. Because what I like to do is on all of my videos, I like to answer as many comments as I can, that's whatever. But I like to answer as many questions as I can. And doing that, I think it really helps you guys out on an individual basis. But when people ask me questions that I think could help a larger group of people, or some things that I just think are interesting, I would like to make a video just like this on that. And I've done it once before, so here is Q&A video number 2. So here I have a question: can you choose your MRE or will everyone get the same meal? So this is a question referring to basic training and the MREs when you get handed out MREs. And the answer is no, you will not get to technically choose your MRE 90% of the time. And nobody's gonna get the same meal. Like, unless you're going to the DFAC and you just get the same meal as somebody else, you're not going to get the same meal. The MRE boxes come in packages of 12. So there's 12 MREs per package, and there'll be different variations for the boxes. So there's gonna be 12 different MREs, and what's gonna happen is you are going to be handed an MRE. Okay, so your MRE is gonna be different than somebody else's MRE, and you might not get to choose it. If you're lucky and they just have an MRE box right there and they say just go pick one, then if you're one of the first few people to go, then you can pick whichever one you want. But keep in mind, you're also leaving all the bad stuff for other people. So I find it, most people will just kind of just pick one, and just whatever you get is what you get, because none of them are, there's a few that are really good, but for the most part, I mean, they're okay. And the other thing is, whenever you pass on MREs and you get MREs, you can also trade with somebody. So you never know, you may hate the MRE that you have, but your buddy might hate his MRE and like your MRE, and you can switch. And that's one way that you can get around things. Or you can just switch the individual pieces in an MRE, like peanut butter packets for cheese packets, or little things like that. Maybe the main meals or desserts, there's a fudge brownie for cornbread, things like that. You can trade with somebody in order to get the best thing that you want for yourself. But keep in mind, when you're at basic training, you're not really gonna have all that much time to negotiate and eat. I've said before that whenever they first pass out MREs, it's kind of like the New York Stock Exchange is open, and it's that first hour of all these trades going on. But for MREs and passing that out, it's going to be like a minute or two. Everybody's going to be trading real quick, and then you're going to be eating as fast as possible because you might only have a few minutes to eat. So I have another person here who asked me, what do I have to do to be ready for Army ROTC or West Point? So basically, Army ROTC and West Point, they're two different kind of programs. So West Point is a school, a military school that is just like the best of the best as far as their graduates becoming officers in the United States Army. And it's way more hardcore, and the whole lifestyle is basically just like being in the military. It's kind of like being an AIT as far as what I can tell. And our Army ROTC in college is something that, in my opinion, you don't really have to train or get ready all that much for. They're going to teach you everything that you need to know. The only thing that I would recommend would be, as always, just be in shape, because the first month that you're there, you're gonna have to take a PT test, and if you fail the PT test, you might have to do remedial PT. And remedial PT is something kind of across the board in the Army, and it's basically where if you're failing the PT test, if you're failing some event in the PT test, you're going to have to do extra PT. So for ROTC, there's only 3 days a week for us in our school, unless you're doing Ranger Challenge. But anyways, there's only 3 days a week of PT. But if you fail the PT test, then you're gonna have to go extra days during the week to actually help improve your PT scores. So that's really the only thing. As far as the knowledge, things to know, things to learn, you're going to learn everything. And the first year of Army ROTC in college is honestly really simple. It's really basic. You're just learning simple things like marching, the chain of command, just really simple stuff. And it's not too much to worry about. So here's a question I get asked all the time, and that is, do you have gym access or any kind of access to weights when you're at basic training? And the answer is no to the gym and possibly to the weights. So for me and my platoon at basic training, we did not have access to any weights whatsoever. We did not have access to the gym at all. Actually, one time we did go to the gym, but it was me and a couple of other guys, and our purpose was to clean the gym, so we didn't actually get a chance to use it. It was just a gym for all of the drill sergeants and all the NCOs and all the staff members there to actually use. It is not something for the basic training soldiers to use. Now, I believe I have seen a few times, like a really small percentage of times, people actually get to use the gym maybe like once or so whenever they're at basic training. Also, it's not super uncommon to have some kind of weights. So in different platoons, whenever I was at basic, not my platoon, but in other platoons, they had like kettlebells and certain things like that, just like kind of free weights, nothing really major, no like curling bars, no bench press, nothing like that. Just some kettlebells, so you can like throw them over your head. You could technically do some curls with them and stuff like that. So you're not going to have like a full-on gym experience. So mostly what you're gonna be able to do is just doing push-ups. You're gonna have your buddy hold your feet so you can do some sit-ups. And then what I did as well was me and my buddies, we went into the bathroom, and on the bathroom stalls, we did some pull-ups on the bathroom stalls. And that's basically what we did because we didn't have weights. And then once you get the privilege to go outside and actually train outside on some of the pull-up bars, or maybe run around the track, that's something else you can do. But we didn't get that privilege until I believe it was blue phase of basic training, when I could actually go outside with, I think it was like a minimum of 4 people, so I had to take some people, and there was a pull-up bar downstairs, and well, there's pull-up bars all around every military post if you guys didn't know. But we got to do some pull-ups down there, as well as run on the track just a little bit, just for some extra PT, because honestly, the stuff you do in the mornings is not a whole lot. Like, if you push yourself, it's really good, but for me personally, I would like to do a little bit extra. So every night I did push-ups and sit-ups, and once I got the privilege to do some pull-ups outside, I did that as well. So to answer the question, you're probably not gonna have access to the gym, and you're probably not going to have access to any kind of weights. However, that is a little bit more likely. So the final question I wanna answer here is, how do you train for deployment since it's most likely going to happen? First of all, one of the things I like to keep in mind is, at all times, for my physical conditioning, my mental conditioning, I like to be ready at all times. So at any point in time, I like to be ready for taking a PT test or whatever. And as far as getting deployed, I know that that is a big mental thing. And as far as your unit is going to train you up before you deploy. If you are in the Army Reserves or even active duty, your unit is going to do some training prior to that deployment to get you up to speed. If everybody's not up to speed, you will be brought up to speed. And then as far as physical fitness, you know, I just like to train myself and be at or near my peak physical conditioning at all times. Something that I told my platoon sergeant back in AIT is, at any point in time in the Army, I would like to be able to take a PT test and make a 300. The reason for that is, whenever you're at a unit or something comes up, like let's say somebody wants to offer me airborne school, and they're like, right, we got a slot for airborne school, all you gotta do is tomorrow morning, you're just gonna have to take a PT test and everything. I want to be able to, that next morning, no matter what, take that PT test and make a 300. So that's one way that I like to just stay in shape, is to be ready at all times. And then preparing for a deployment, I think that just being physically ready yourself, and then your unit is going to prepare you mentally and with all of the knowledge that you're gonna need to know as far as your job specific training. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully the video looks pretty good. I'm really excited about this camera. I'm actually shooting my vlog today, so if any of you guys saw that vlog or will see that vlog, I'm not sure how the order's gonna come out on that thing. I did shoot kind of like a short little behind the scenes thing for that. So I'm really excited about that. If you have any questions about this or any more questions whatsoever, leave your comments down below. If you like this video, hit that like button. And if you want to stick around for some more of my videos in the future, and even if you just made it this far in the video, it's pretty far, if you want to hit that subscribe button, that would be awesome. And I will see you guys later.